Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna continue about what to expect in the first 3 months. Yeah, that was it. I really wanted the Santa hair on for a bit longer, but hey, that was it for the festive feelings. Anyways, so I was talking about feeding issues that we had. Starting at the end of the 3 months mark, so I'm going to talk about everything else in this video. With her we had, this is something that most people won't experience, but I just do want to talk about it. So because she was born under a certain weight, she was more prone to a virus that they get during the winter. Because she was born under a certain weight, she actually got she was eligible for a vaccination for it, but that meant that we had to go in 4 times every month, once every month for 4 months, and she was getting an injection. We had to go all the way back to the hospital where she was born to get that, but that's something that she was eligible for, and I had to accept that or not if I didn't want to. And at the end we didn't do the last one because I didn't see the point to get the last one for her because she seemed like her immune system is really good. She only got sick once, and it was during Christmas when she was visiting obviously other people and parties, and that was something that she went through really fast, like just a week of a few days of fever and a week of runny nose, so it wasn't too bad. But usually preterm babies are more acceptable to the flu and cold and all the other viruses, stomach flu and all that, and then we did go through it this year. But this last year when she was born, we brought her home. During the whole first year she only got sick that one time during Christmas, but we still did the first so we did in November, December and the January shots. We just didn't do the last one in February, so we did the 3 and we didn't do the 4th one. And because I just thought, it just seemed to me that at that point she wasn't going out as much to see people. Her father wasn't going out to see people either in February because he had an operation. He was basically home for a month, and I wasn't going anywhere either. It was just really crappy weather outside. So that one we didn't do, but that's an option, but that's only an option for you if your baby was born under a certain, like even if she was born before 24 weeks or 24 weeks or before, or under a certain weight, which our baby was. So that was a hassle, but we did that every month, and I just mentioning it just in case you have that issue as well. We were also taking her this was the first time we took her in the 3rd month to a chiropractor, because we go to a chiropractor anyways, and this every month. And this was the first time when the chiropractor actually adjusted her too, and she had no issue. And ever since then we've been taking her to the chiropractor. I mean, we all go as a family every month once, and there's always something to adjust on her. It's either her hip or her neck. It's mainly the hip, and that's just because they fought so much. And I noticed that every time we take her to the chiropractor, obviously it's not a must for you, but the baby has so much energy after that it's crazy. She has no issues during the adjustment. She knows what's happening. It's just a little adjustment on her spine, and it is usually because they fall on their bum a lot, right? Especially now that she's a toddler and she's walking. But even then, her hip was out, and that was her first adjustment, which she took really good, so thank God. Also, this was the point when she moved into my bed completely. And so that's all in the 3rd month so it was 3 months after we brought her home from the hospital, but she was born 6 months earlier. And I'm just saying that because at 3 months your baby might, like if she was born on her due date 3 months later, I maybe wouldn't have moved her into my bed yet. But because she was born 6 months earlier and she experienced gravity a lot earlier, and she could already turn from her tummy to her back, and she started to turn from the other way as well. So she was doing, I think she was turning both ways by that, I'm quite sure. Either always or most of the time, so I wasn't that worried about her getting suffocated. Also, she was taking, like, if you put something on her face, she took it off right away, so that was also a good sign. And basically what happened is that she got that corner in the bed and there was nothing. She still sleeps there, but there was nothing there. I slept on this side, she got the whole half bed. And I have a body pillow that I use anyways, that was in between me and her, and she just didn't cross. Like, at that point she was basically, if I put her on her back, she was kind of sleeping through her back. Later started to turn on her tummy as well, but I didn't feel like it's a huge deal. Also, this happened because she was sleeping in a baby box before, that I mentioned in the video what you need to bring your baby home. And her bed, she just grew out of the baby box, so she needed her bed, and we ordered it online and it just didn't come in time. So she was sleeping with me until the bed arrived, and then once the bed arrived, she slept in there during the night, but then when she woke up at the 7 a.m. feeding, I had to put her back to me anyways, because she didn't go back to sleep there, so she was just falling asleep here. So we kind of got into the thing that it was just so much easier if she started the night here and then ended it here, than start the night in the bed and then during the night I had to take her over here and get her back to sleep. Because if she started the night here, she woke up at 7 a.m. She was eating almond milk at that time, not formula, so I didn't have to warm it up. It was already here, ready for her to go at night. I just grabbed it, half asleep, give it to her. She drank it half asleep. We didn't need to change the diaper anymore. Just in the morning, the diaper was fine. Didn't need to change it until like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we woke up again. And then I just put down the almond milk, and we were both back to sleep, and it was just the easiest on both of us. So that kind of started with waiting for the bed, but then it ended up that she still sleeps with me, and it's the best feeling ever to sleep with your baby, because you're sleeping with her and then she smiles at you when you wake up, and it's just amazing. Also, she could sit by this time so well that it was enough if I just hold her with one hand as a support, and that's all she needed. And also with her, she was followed up by infant developmental program that came out every month, and they just checked if she's development is good for the 3 months or development, because even though she was 6 months at this time, development wise they only like, she's supposed to be developed as much as a 3-month-old, and that's what they check. And she was completely fine, so thank God there was no issue. She started to sleep so much that she woke up between 8 or 10 a.m. in the morning only. Don't forget that she went to sleep at midnight, because that schedule was still in her. And then I gave her her almond milk, and she went back to sleep for another 2 to 3 hours, which was awesome. Also, this is when started to happen that what she actually looked at, she started to reach to what she actually looked at, and she was really good aiming. So if I was holding out for her something, and she was not just reaching for it just like this, but she actually reached for it where it was, and she could actually grab it. And as I said, she was doing her smoothies for I was changing up the smoothies. I was changing up the fruits and veggies in it, so she gets different vitamins every day. She was also getting her probiotics and her vitamin D but she wasn't getting the other vitamin anymore that the one that the hospital recommended. So by the end of the 3 months, she was just reached the 5 kilo mark. And that was it. That's all I have to say, I think, about this 3-month mark. So she just reached the 5 kilos, and it was a lot of work for me to get her there. And there was a lot of work with the formula and almond milk, and I will talk about more of those in the next month, because that's when she switches completely, and then she will get more food and other kind of foods in as well. Say bye bye camera. This was our 3rd month video, and we will see you in the next one when we talk about what to expect in the 4th month video. Bye bye.